We are counting down the 7 foods nutrition experts warn you should avoid most. From everyday staples engineered for convenience to hidden ingredients linked to real health risks, each spot on this ranking earned its place through evidence, sometimes with surprising reasons. Which common favorite tops the list, and what should you know before your next grocery run? Let us begin with number 7. Imported fruit from countries with weaker food safety oversight sometimes carries hidden risks. Laboratory tests on berries and grapes have found pesticide and mycotoxin levels above legal limits, leading to recalls and border rejections in the United States and Europe. These incidents are not about where the fruit comes from. They are about gaps in regulation and inconsistent enforcement. Washing fruit under running water can remove up to 60% of certain pesticide residues, and peeling is even more effective, though not always practical. Choosing fruit with third-party certifications or import-tested labels adds a layer of protection. Most growers rely on export markets for their livelihoods and work hard to meet standards, but supply chain shortcuts and limited resources can lead to problems. Staying informed about recalls and washing produce thoroughly are simple steps that help manage this risk without cutting out fruit altogether. Frozen ready meals, often called TV dinners, pack a surprising nutritional punch, and not in a good way. Most contain between 700 and 1,200 milligrams of sodium per serving, sometimes more than half the recommended daily limit in a single tray. Ingredient lists often run long, featuring additives and preservatives you would never find in a home kitchen. Large-scale studies link diets high in ultra-processed foods like these to increased rates of obesity and higher mortality. Checking the nutrition label for sodium under 600 milligrams and for fewer additives can make a difference. For a healthier swap, batch-cooked homemade meals frozen in advance offer convenience without the extra salt and chemicals. Milk from cows treated with recombinant bovine growth hormone called rBST contains slightly higher levels of insulin like growth factor 1, typically 2 to 3 nanograms more per milliliter than untreated milk. While this increase is measurable, the actual amount remains far lower than what is found naturally in human blood, and most of the insulin-like growth factor 1 in milk is broken down during digestion. The FDA maintains that milk from cows given recombinant bovine growth hormone is safe, but the European Union and Canada have banned its use, mainly over animal welfare concerns and lingering questions about long-term effects. For those who want to avoid recombinant bovine growth hormone, look for organic milk or products labeled from cows not treated with recombinant bovine growth hormone. These options are widely available, and checking the label is often the simplest way to make the choice that fits your values and comfort level. Soy protein isolate starts as defatted soy flakes, stripped of oil using hexane, then dissolved in alkaline water to pull out the protein. After several rounds of washing and filtering, what remains is a fine powder that is over 90% protein. This process removes most of the fiber and many phytonutrients found in whole soybeans, leaving behind a highly concentrated ingredient that behaves more like an additive than a food. While some studies find benefits, like lower cholesterol, others raise questions about possible effects on hormones, and the evidence in humans remains mixed. Checking ingredient lists for soy protein isolate helps spot these ultra-processed additions, especially in protein bars and plant-based meats. Swapping in tofu, tempeh, or edamame preserves more of soy's natural nutrients and fiber. Commercial orange juice is not just squeezed fruit, it is a carefully engineered beverage. After pasteurization strips away much of the natural aroma, major brands add proprietary flavor packs to restore the taste, blending recovered orange oils and essences until every carton tastes the same year-round. But the real difference is in the nutrition. An 8-ounce glass of orange juice delivers about 22 grams of sugar and almost no fiber, while a medium whole orange has just 12 grams of sugar and 3 grams of fiber. Without fiber to slow absorption, the sugar in juice behaves more like soda, prompting the World Health Organization to classify juice sugars as free sugar. This means blood sugar levels rise faster and higher than with whole fruit. Choosing the fruit itself, or even a blended smoothie, gives you more fiber and a slower sugar hit. For those who still reach for juice, Look for labels that say 100% orange juice and check for added sugars, though even pure juice is best kept to small servings. Scientific American and peer-reviewed studies confirm these differences, highlighting the gap between perception and reality in every glass. Processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, and deli slices owe their bright color and long shelf life to added nitrates and nitrites. In 2015, the International Agency for Research on Cancer classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as tobacco, based on strong evidence linking regular consumption to colorectal cancer. Eating just 50 grams a day, about 2 slices of bacon or a single hot dog, increases colorectal cancer risk by 18%. The underlying problem is nitrosamines. When nitrites in cured meat meet high cooking temperatures, they can transform into DNA-damaging compounds. Nitrosamines have been shown in laboratory studies to cause mutations that can trigger cancer. Checking labels for phrases such as no added nitrites or no added nitrates can help, but some meats labeled natural use celery powder, which also supplies nitrates. The safest option is to limit processed meats altogether and choose fresh cuts when possible. Scientific American and peer-reviewed studies confirm both the risk and the chemistry behind it. High fructose corn syrup has become the leading source of added sugar in the American diet, found in everything from sodas to sandwich bread. Unlike table sugar, which is split evenly between glucose and fructose, high fructose corn syrup is typically 55% fructose and 45% glucose. This small difference matters. Fructose is handled almost entirely by the liver, where it is quickly converted into fat through a process called de novo lipogenesis. Over time, this pathway can lead to fat buildup in the liver and is strongly linked to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, now one of the fastest-growing chronic conditions in both adults and children. Studies also connect regular consumption of high fructose corn syrup to insulin resistance and a higher risk of obesity and type 2 diabetes. To avoid hidden sources, check ingredient lists for high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup. Choosing water, seltzer, or whole fruit over sweetened drinks is a simple swap that can make a real difference. Science Direct and the Washington Post reporting confirm these health risks and the outsized role of beverages sweetened with high fructose corn syrup. Across all 7, one pattern stands out. Processed shortcuts and weak oversight turn everyday foods into hidden health risks. What we eat is not just habit, it has real daily impact. Stay informed.